Corey, what's up?
Not a whole lot, man. How about you? How's it going?
Man, I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for taking a minute to talk to me today.
Yeah, no, appreciate you calling in, Dustin. So we're going to see you in 2.5 months. Jiffy Lube Live, Thomas Rhett, his dad Rhett, Russell Dickerson. That's a heck of a lineup. When something like this comes about, when you're approached for a tour, you're like a free agent, I think, of sports, and they're getting courted by a bunch of teams. When Thomas approached you, was any other artist approaching you as well for their tour?
This tour, it's so funny. I think maybe his ears were burning or something because I was talking to my management about what tour I would love to land and go on this year, probably May of last year, and it was with TR, and literally about 3 weeks later, we get a phone call from his camp that they're interested in taking us out. So it happened so early, in the process. I don't think anyone else had a chance to even try.
Hey, well, it's great. It worked out that way. You don't have to worry then about what you're going to do for the next summer, right?
You got that right. It's always great to have a plan, and especially this. This is, in my opinion, the hottest ticket out there right now of the summer, because he's on fire right now. So I'm so happy to be a part of that.
So what's the over-under on his dad, Rhett, making it the entirety of the tour? You think that's going to be able to happen?
I gave him 4 weeks before he retires and becomes a songwriter again.
Because it's grueling being on the road. Like, for instance, when you're here, you will have played, it'll be your third day in a row. So that's a lot of driving in a short period of time. Obviously, that's a lot of performances in 3 days.
Well, for us, TR and myself, we've been doing it for years and years and years. We're used to it. Rhett, on the other hand, he's used to sleeping in his own bed every night back in Nashville. So I think that's going to be the challenge for him.
Now, do you expect a lot of partying on this tour? Staying up late?
If we're going to be staying up late, my guess is it'll be songwriting related with this group of guys. I'm really excited to get out there and write and learn. Every time I get to go in and write a song, I learn a little bit more about the craft of songwriting. So having TR out there and Rhett, they love to write and they love to work hard when they're on the road. So I think it'll be a little bit more songwriting than dance party.
And that makes sense. Now, what about as far as rules go for the tour? Like, is he going to have a huddle at some point and be like, listen, guys, we're on the grind. Tomorrow's a big show, just like a football game. Big show, big game tomorrow. We got a curfew, got to be in bed at a certain point. Any rules kind of like that for when you're touring?
Well, he of course, is the boss. It's his tour. But from what I can gather, as far as curfew goes, there is not one. It's all about, he's all about just making sure everybody has an awesome time and is allowed everything they need to do that. So, touring around is so special, and it's not something we take for granted. So we're out there to make memories of a lifetime.
And we're looking forward to making some of our own memories checking out your show. Jiffy Lube Live, got you Dustin Lynch there, Thomas Rhett, his dad Rhett, Russell Dickerson. Now, Dustin, have you had any fun purchases recently? Anything kind of like maybe it was just random, you bought it off the cuff, or something you've been planning for a while?
Yeah, and I've been dreaming of this for years and years. I actually bought my first farm at the end of last year. So I've been working away at it and getting it ready to rock. I'm a huge outdoorsman, so most of my year is all about getting prepped for whatever season it is. And recently, I've realized that with the farm comes a lot more purchases of equipment, and I need this and that. So I think now that I'm starting to realize how much equipment I need to take care of it, it looks like I'm going to have to put up a pole barn and all that good stuff. So it's a fun project, man. It keeps my brain, active and on something other than touring and music whenever I need a little break.
It's like a hobby for you, exactly. You need that. It's your escape, in essence.
Oh, for sure, yeah. For years and years, I've found kind of my reset button outside, in the outdoors, whether it's on my boat or, on a friend's farm or something. But now to have my own piece of land is very special. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's really neat. I saw your picture just a couple days ago. It said your new hobby, and it was your tractor. You were getting off of it.
That's it. Yeah, I was planting a couple fields that day. It was a lot of fun.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, good for you. Is there anything with your stardom? Obviously, you are a star. You've been a star for a while, but is there anything that you kind of miss that you can't do? And I mean that as far as like maybe ordering an Uber because like the driver would freak out, or go grocery shopping. Is there anything like you can't do anymore that you?
Yeah, I mean, there's moments. I still do everything, but there are moments where you kind of want to be undercover in a way, I guess, and just kind of keep to yourself. But that comes with the territory. But as far as being able to go to the grocery and all that good stuff, I enjoy those things because we tour so much. It's nice to come home and do some normal stuff like go to the grocery and go to the hardware store, whatever it is, and the fact that people recognize me is flattering. I think if I can be recognized just grabbing whatever at Ace Hardware and somebody want to take a picture with me, that's awesome. That means I'm doing something right with my music.
Speaking, because you mentioned, sometimes you go undercover. Do you ever use aliases when you order an Uber, or if you get a hotel room, if you check in somewhere? Do you have like a go-to name, or did you have one at one point that you no longer use?
Oh, for sure. For sure, yeah. I've got a couple of aliases I go by, so that helps out a little bit.
Is there one that's retired that you can share with us?
No, there's not. I haven't had to retire one yet, so I wish I could.
Well, if you get around to retiring one, you got to let me know. I'm always curious if you go with like movie characters or just make up a name. But Dustin, I heard, because word goes around quickly, that you got yourself a girlfriend. Now, you're not giving out many details about her right now, which is totally fine, but we do have to touch on that.
Yeah, man. After years and years of going at life alone, man, I've got somebody to celebrate the highs and lows with. And, man, life is good. I've never been happier, and I'm in a great headspace. And it's just great that, I realize we get to do so much cool stuff and go to so many cool places. It's great to have somebody to join now. And so life is good.
What is something that you two like to do? Like, what's your thing? Like movies, going out to eat? Like, what's your, ideal date night, I guess?
Well, she loves to eat. So, yeah, I lucked out in that department. Get to hang out. It is always about, literally, I think every conversation we have is about food and where we're going to eat next and what we're craving. And it's just funny how that's kind of our thing, but you nailed it. It is, it's all about the food with us. You
can't go wrong with somebody who enjoys eating some good food, so that works out great. What about the big reveal? When are we going to find out who this special lady is?
I don't know. This day and age with social media, it's pretty tough to bring somebody into the, I guess the spotlight of my world without there being, trolling of any sort. So it's one of those things. I think we'll just let it organically grow and become what it is.
Well, very cool. Well, Dustin, happy for you for that you found somebody. I'm sure we'll hear it in your music down the road, depending on how the relationship goes. But can't wait to see you June 15th. If you were to describe your show, if you were to give like a quick pitch as to why somebody needs to buy a ticket for this show, what would be your quick pitch be?
My quick pitch is this. It's going to be a dance party of all dance parties. I know that because I know what we're bringing to the table. And I've seen a little bit of what TR is bringing. And so get there early. You'll want to get there early and wear your dancing boots and get ready to make a memory of a lifetime.
Sold. Well, Dustin, I can't wait to see you June 15th, Jiffy Lube Live. And thanks for taking the time to talk, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, no worries, Corey. Thank you, buddy.